Okay, what I want to show you guys is how to save your file before you upload it. There's certain things that you need to do before you save your file in order for it to be a clean file to upload. A lot of times if you send a file to the printer, they'll ask you to either correct it or else they'll charge your client because you didn't create the file correctly. So what I'm going to do is just open up a new page. Again, I'm asking for you guys to work in 3x3 size document. So the width is 3 inches, the height is 3 inches. You can see it's set to inches. I'm going to hit create, and I have a sketch that I'm just going to place. So place, and I think it is in my downloads. Place the sketch. So what you guys need to do is I would lock your image here. To lock it, you could just go to lock selection because it was selected, or else you could go to your layers and open up and lock here, so it automatically locks it anyway. So I'm going to zoom into the area I'm going to trace, and what I've noticed is that you guys did, for the most part, the pen tool exercises correctly, and you used shift and you created the curves, but I'm not really seeing it in the documents that I'm seeing you guys submit as a finish. Even when I'm walking around, I can tell that some of you guys aren't using some of the commands that you learned when you're doing the exercises. So here I'm going to make sure that everything is lined up and looking correct. So I just, by selecting those two with my direct selection tool, I can line up those points horizontally. So I'm going to make sure this is perfect, because you guys, some of you guys are doing this without even making sure that it's perfect. So let me go around and create the rest of this first. I'm holding down shift for the straight lines. I'm going to align these together, make sure they're aligned, make sure these are aligned. This is a new thing for you guys. I know that I didn't show you how to do this, but this is how you can align some of your points. Alright, so now that I have this side created, I am going to duplicate it by hitting down Option, making sure I'm on the line here, and clicking and dragging over. Now I am right clicking, going down to Transform and Reflect. So I want to reflect vertical. I hit OK. I like that little separation there if it was in a sketch, but this is just for purposes to show you guys how to go about creating your files. When I select this, I do not want to see a stroke. What I want to see is the fill color. So the fill color, and that's it. So the fill color, which is here, should be black. I've been seeing some files that some have done where the brush was used and they went in here and did something like this. If you do something like this, I will see it. And if you look at it in a way where you're looking at a preview, you could see that it's not a clean file. This is adding extra nonsense to your logo, which you do not need. You do not need that. So even stray marks here, like you can really see it when you turn on preview. To turn on preview is Command Y. So like even if you don't see these guys, you might have some points out here, and When you look at preview, you can see those points. They're out here, even though you might not see them. So I want you to select those points in preview and get rid of them. Make sure that your document is clean. So like all these little points have to be gone. Even the brush marks in here have to be gone. Command Y to get out of preview mode. Then if for some reason you see that when you select this, your graphic or your logo, you see that question mark here, make sure I don't see any question marks. When you select your logo, I'm clicking and dragging over top the logo. There should not be a question mark. It should be set to none on the stroke, and the fill should be filled with black. So once it's like this, and it's all set up and fill color is the only thing showing once you have it selected, you can go over to your layers, hide your sketch, enlarge your graphic, not to the edge, but just make sure it's in the middle here. I've been seeing some of these logos that are kind of like this, and you have to look and you have to understand that you're presenting this logo. So if you're not caring about how you're placing the logo on the page, then you're not presenting it well. Once it's presented well, go over to File, Save As, make sure that it's a PDF under your format, and save it to your desktop. And I would call it a name. I think you're probably better off calling it what the project is. So if this is your personal logo, I would name it personal logo, and maybe your initial. So then you save it. Once it's set, you'll see it on the desktop, and you upload it into Google Classroom. That's about it. Make sure that your file and your logo is nice and clean. If you're working as a second year student or more, your second color, if you select all, you're not going to get just black. You're going to have two colors. It's going to be making sure that you have two Pantone colors. You guys know from last year, so I'm going to make it so that you set your colors to Pantone or the rolling color swatch. All right.